I'm Veronica Espinoza.
I'm Kimberly Michelle.
I'm Richard Yang.
And I'm Yesenia Aveneda.
And our topic is on the effects and consumption of energy supplements in college students.
Hi everyone, I'm going to be talking about the effects of energy supplements in college students. Energy supplements are beverages marketed with the claims of providing users with increased alertness and energy boost. College students drink energy drinks for the purpose of staying awake for school assignments or finals. However, they are not aware of how energy supplements can affect their physical health and their academics. Some negative effects include dehydration, increased blood pressure, irritability, nervousness, and the potential for substance dependence. Therefore, the purpose of the study was to observe the consumption of energy supplements amongst Fresno State students on campus and to inform our colleagues of negative effects of drinking energy supplements. Energy drinks are a public health concern because of the effects it can have on a growing body. The amount of energy stimulants consumed by college students has steadily increased over time, regardless of the negative impacts they may have. This affects a large number of college students around our campus, whether they are male or female. In 2007, 1,145 adolescents ages 12 to 17 went to the emergency room because of the effects of energy drinks. In 2011, that number climbed to 1,500. Some of the dangers of energy drinks included dehydration, because there's not enough water in your body, heart complications such as irregular heartbeat and heart failure, anxiety, feeling nervous and jittery, and lastly, insomnia, which is unable to sleep. Energy drinks are originally marketed for the youth and were reported to have consumed by 30 to 50% of children, adolescents, and young adults.
Hello everyone, I'll be discussing the methods part of our project. In order to conduct the study, each of the observers chose the time and place they would be observing, so they would be able to obtain a random sample from different times of days and from different areas of the Fresno State campus. This removed any bias that could have been present regarding the areas we were observing. The observations were done in time spans of 1 hour, in which the observer would be counting the amount of people that were walking by or were in the area. They would take note of the amount of students that were carrying any form of energy supplement, including energy drinks and coffee, and observe whether they were male or female. We all did together observations in different locations on campus, like second floor in the library by Starbucks, outside the library by the glass doors, by the Industrial Tech building next to the parking lot, and University Student Union by food court. Our observation instrument was a table 2x2, where we had on one side female versus male, and on the other we had stimulant drink or no drink. We used tally marks for every person that walked by and categorized them in our table. After recording our tallies, we added up our results, and when we got together, we compared our individual data and added all data together to get our end results.
As a group, we hypothesized that our data results would land within the national range, but that more females would drink energy supplements when compared to males. We concluded this when we took into consideration the availability and popularity of Starbucks coffee in college girls. All of the observations we did at separate times showed different results due to differing variables, including the time of day that we did the study and the location of our study. The observational study in the Industrial Tech at 8 a.m. showed a higher consumption than the USC food court at 2 p.m. This could have been due to the fact that more people drink coffee at 8 a.m. than they do at 2 p.m. However, both of the studies done in the library showed a higher results than the previous two studies. The one in the second floor showed the highest consumption rate at 57%, probably due to the fact that there's a Starbucks coffee at the second floor. The second highest, at 39%, was the one in the library entrance next to the glass doors. This could have been high as well, considering that people come inside the library to get their coffee before going to class. After combining all our data, we are able to compare all the different samples in our population. For example, looking at the females only, we are able to see that 37% of them consumed energy supplements and 62% did not. When we look at the males, we are able to see that 28% of them consumed energy drinks and 71% did not. When comparing females and males, we are able to identify that females drank more energy supplements than the males did by almost twice as much. When we look at the total population, comparing both females and males in the sample, we see that the Fresno State College students drink 33% and 66% of them do not drink energy drinks. When compared to the national data, which stated that 30 to 50% of the population in the United States drink energy drinks, we see that Fresno State College students land in between that range. Overall, our data showed that Fresno State College students landed within the national range, but that more females drink energy supplements than males.
As before mentioned, our observational study concluded that around 33% of students at Fresno State consume an energy supplement, whether the supplement be an actual energy drink such as Rockstar or coffee. Now, this result shows that even though most students do not consume an energy drink at Fresno State, there are still a large amount that do. Now, when it comes down to bias in our study, there are many forms of bias that could have occurred that changed the results dramatically. For example, more students passed through the areas of the Henry Manning Library and inside the library more than the other locations. The other two locations were the University Student Union and the IT building. In these locations, there were students that passed through it, but not as many as the library did. Now, this increased number of students present at the location may have allowed for an increased number of energy drinks to be consumed, just purely based on the numbers of students present. Now, another possible bias falls also under the location of the study as well. Students engage their academic coursework more frequently in a library than other two locations. And the time of which students are likely to need the benefits of an energy drink is when they're actually doing their academic coursework. Now, since students at Fresno State mostly do their schoolwork in the library, it can be concluded that they need to consume an energy drink while they're doing it. This is most likely the explanation as to why more students were observed to be consuming energy drinks at the library. Now, comparing our results with the studies conducted across college campuses in the U.S., there is a small resemblance. Around 30 to 50% of young adults had consumed energy drinks, as seen in that particular study, and our 33% falls in the range as mentioned. When considering which gender consumed a higher amount of energy-based drinks, our result was opposite of what other studies had showed. Instead of males consuming energy drinks at a higher rate, females at Fresno State consumed twice as much as the males did in our findings. As possible future health officials, we have some duty in improving the well-being of our fellow students at Fresno State. Even though the majority are not consuming energy drinks, the large amounts of students that do are negatively impacting their health. The best method for keeping students at Fresno State the healthiest would be to completely eliminate the consumption of energy drinks, but this is not possible. Instead, the most important point to remember is that consuming these types of energy drinks are not as harmful if they are kept to a minimum. Instead of turning to energy-based drinks for a needed boost in concentration and energy, many lifestyle changes can be made in order to achieve this, such as getting an adequate amount of sleep every night and exercising regularly. If students do need to use energy drinks, it must be at a very small amount and very infrequently so they do not cause the negative health effects that energy drinks bring in the future.